All right, today we are going to continue working on our rainbow fish. So last week we created our fish and we used marker to outline the scales. Today you're going to take a paintbrush and just kind of like we did before with our Statue of Liberty, you're going to kind of smear the paint, or not the paint, the marker, so it fills in that space. Now I'm just doing the purple ones at once because I'm just going to kind of finish that color. And then if you have any other, like I did some bubbles, if you want to do some of those, you can. I think I'm just going to paint right over them. Kind of fill in some of that water with some color. And it's okay if the colors blend together. That kind of looks interesting too. So you'll do that. And then I'm going to rinse out my brush. When I switch to a different color, I'm just going to rinse out my brush a little bit. You can kind of tell this looks really interesting because it's a little bit of a raspberry color. So I'm just going to go slowly around the parts that I don't want to have that color on. Like I don't want any on my orange. If I need a little bit more water, just dip your brush in the water and then we'll add some seaweed. So I'm going to finish this up and then I'll show you what the next part's going to be. Okay, so now I've finished up my fish and you can kind of see all the colors look really nice. If some of them kind of mix together, that's okay. That kind of looks interesting. So now you're going to create some seaweed. You're going to get a couple different colors of green and I want you to cut a long kind of a wavy line with your scissors. We're going to make these kind of skinny and I'm going to make one side kind of pointed. So once you have that done, you're going to glue, oops, hopefully you can get a glue that works. Okay, so once you get a glue that works, make sure that you get a glue that you can lift the lid off. And you might have to share these. Put a little bit of glue at the bottom of your paper. And you're going to hold one part of your seaweed there. And then you can do a couple different things. You can kind of push it up so it makes a little bit of a hill. And you can put some more glue and then hold it so it makes a little bit of a hill like that. You have to hold it for about 20 seconds. And then kind of looks interesting. Like that looks kind of neat. So you want to hold that for about 15 or 20 seconds until it's stuck. And I'm just pushing with my fingers. I'm not pounding on the paper or anything. Your paper will be a little bit wet, but it shouldn't be too wet. So make sure when you're using the water, you don't put too much water. And now it's stuck. Now another way to do it is to twist it. So I'm going to twist this one. I'm going to cut a little piece of dark green. I think I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter. Well, sometimes if they're shorter, they're harder to twist. So I'll just make it a long one. All right, so the twisting one, the same thing you do. You put a little bit at the bottom, push it down, and then you're going to hold it and you just twist it once. And then wherever the top part is, put a little bit of glue there. And then you hold the top part so that you're going to hold that for about 20 seconds. And you can decide how you want to do it, if you want to twist it or if you want to make it more like these hills. And then make sure that when you're finished, you put the lid on the glue. We've had some glues get ruined and lost because we don't have the lid. So you might have to share some of those glues, but make sure that lid gets put on. And then any other scrap papers that aren't usable, you can put those in the trash. And then we'll see how far we get with these today.